With Davis Webb officially out of the Raiders head coaching race, all signs now point to Klint Kubiak as the clear-cut favorite to become the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Yo, what is up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Samoan Raider, and of course, I know a lot of you guys might be thinking, quick disclaimer, yeah, my channel got hacked as of yesterday, and I was going through it yesterday trying to figure a lot of things out. I reached out to YouTube, and I'm waiting for them to get back to me, but I thought in the meantime, I start up this backup channel. If anything, at worst, if I had to build this from the ground up, I'll do it that way. So if you guys are coming across this channel for the very first time, or you guys are stumbling across this because you guys have been following me for the past couple of years, man, definitely hit that subscribe button and also hit that like button. It does a lot for this channel. It takes a little bit of your time, and I do appreciate each and every one of you guys, even the people that reached out to me yesterday via DM, messages, even on the channel, saying, yo, what is going on, man? Let's get it back. Trust me, I would love to get it back as of right now. But if not, we'll continue to pump out content. And those can't stay away from all this content. So definitely support any way you guys can. I truly appreciate it. That being said, let's move on. Let's talk about the Raiders. Enough about me. Let's talk about the big bomb that dropped just yesterday. According to Ian Rappaport, he tweeted out that Broncos quarterbacks coach Davis Webb plans to withdraw from the Raiders head coaching search and is considered a prime candidate for his current team's OC job, sources say. He's also received several OC requests. And honestly, after reading that news yesterday, I was like, damn. And thinking about it, it seems like Davis Webb definitely did not want to wait on the Raiders. I think he was ready to take it, but the Raiders had their eyes set on one person, and I think we all know who it is. Now, according to Jeremy Fowler, he tweeted that eyes on Klint Kubiak for the Raiders job, but Panthers DC Ejiro Evero is still in the mix there. Some candidates have been eliminated, but he has not. He conveyed a detailed QB offensive plan in an in-person interview with the Raiders. The Raiders regime and Evero have Denver ties. Now, that is definitely interesting, especially as a backup plan, which we'll get to Ejiro in just a little bit. But the Raiders right now, it just makes a lot of sense that Klint Kubiak is the guy that we're waiting on. And I mentioned it before in some of my previous videos that I thought that Davis Webb was the guy. There was a lot of reports saying that he was going to be the guy. The only thing that was going to hold that back is if the Raiders wanted to be patient, which I didn't think that they would, on Klint Kubiak, and it seems like they are keeping all their eyes, they're putting all their eggs in one basket for Klint Kubiak in hopes that he will take the Raiders job. And this is a big risk for this team because it's Klint Kubiak or bust at this point. If the Raiders do hit on Klint Kubiak, I think that's a home run hit. I think that'd be a perfect hire. I think a lot of teams, a lot of candidates, a lot of Raider Nation want Klint Kubiak, and if the Raiders can make it happen, I think that would be huge for this team moving forward. It's basically his job to lose. Nonetheless, the Raiders will have a head coach, at least a verbal agreement, by the end of this weekend, and we could finally relax. And hopefully that name is Klint Kubiak. I'm just shocked that Davis Webb didn't want to wait at least this weekend to see if he could be the head coach or not, but I totally understand. Now, even more reports and rumors came out today that the Raiders are expected to offer Seahawks Klint Kubiak the head coaching job. And on top of that, it seems like it's the Raiders and the Cardinals who both want Klint Kubiak. We might have a bidding war. Adam Schefter also added to that, saying that before he heads to the Super Bowl, Klint Kubiak will have his second interviews with the Raiders and the Cardinals. With Webb out in Las Vegas, it's likely that Kubiak will have his opportunity for one of the remaining head coaching jobs. Schefter even went on the Pat McAfee show and basically said that he's going to get one of these jobs. It's just a matter on who.
Who's Kubiak getting? Which job?
Well, he's going to get the Raiders or he's going to get the Cardinals job.
Okay, so he's definitely getting one of those jobs.
He's definitely getting one of those jobs.
Okay, all right.
And I know after watching that, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh man, we better hire Klint Kubiak. I mean, it's Klint Kubiak or bust, like I said. But we have a prime opportunity to get one of the best candidates that we've been looking at all offseason long. So I had to look at it from a different perspective. I had to put myself in Klint Kubiak's shoes. If I was looking at these two teams, which team sounds more enticing? Now you look at the Raiders side, right? The Raiders have the #1 overall pick, Fernando Mendoza, basically plug and play right there. You also got elite offensive weapons in Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty. You got Max Crosby on the defensive side. You also got almost $100 million in cap space for free agency, so you could go and get whoever you want. You of course got control over your coaching staff. You get to work alongside of Tom Brady, John Spytek, and you'd also have long-term security in Las Vegas. I mean, you look at all of those things, I definitely would want the Las Vegas Raiders job. But looking at the Cardinals side, looking at Arizona, what do they have? They got the 3rd overall pick in this year's draft. They got young elite talent and Marvin Harrison Jr. and also McBride. Who knows if they keep Kyler Murray to play under Klint Kubiak, and also he'd be playing in the same division as his former team, the Seattle Seahawks. So, I mean, those are the positives that I took away from the Cardinals side of things. So if I was to look at it 2020, you know, hindsight, which job looks much better? And I'm not trying to be biased here, but to me, it looks like the Las Vegas Raiders job is much more enticing than going to the Arizona Cardinals. But that's just me, y'all. What do you think? Drop it down in the comments below. Put your Raider shades aside. If you had to choose realistically, who would it be? And let me know in the comments below. Now, another tweet that really caught my eye from Jordan Schultz was where things stand with the Raiders. He went on to say that they'll meet with the Seahawks offense coordinator Klint Kubiak this weekend. Raiders GM John Spytek was in Denver when the Broncos won a Super Bowl with Gary Kubiak, Clint's father, as a head coach. Tom Brady's last 2 Fox games were Seahawks games, giving him an up-close look at Kubiak's offense, which the Seahawks, credit to them, was firing on all cylinders. A major emphasis in the search isn't just getting a head coach hired right, but getting a clear, aligned vision for the entire coaching staff after what the organization experienced last year. Kubiak is believed to be the favorite, though no final determination has been made. It is also unclear whether Kubiak would fully take the job, as he's been with 5 teams in the last 5 years and is currently enjoying his most success. Before all of this, the Raiders have had very strong interest in Jesse Minter, who has Michigan ties, but he chose Baltimore. And basically what I've said all video long is that this is Klint Kubiak's job to lose. It's Klint Kubiak or bust for this team. And I understand why Davis Webb didn't want to wait long. I don't think that he wanted to be the Raiders' backup plan. He wanted to be the guy if the Raiders believed in him. But this just goes to show you guys how dedicated the Raiders are in Klint Kubiak. I don't think it's a secret to anybody that they want him to be the next head coach. It's just up to Klint Kubiak to take the job. But if all else fails though, one guy that was named, like I stated earlier, is Panthers defensive coordinator Ejiro Evero. If the Raiders are not able to get Klint Kubiak, if we get left at the altar, if he takes the Cardinals job, if he stays in Seattle, the Raiders most likely will be bringing in Ejiro Evero as the next head coach. Who? Now, for a lot of people that don't know too much about Ejiro, he's the Panthers DC. He's definitely helped improve that defense from 32nd to 16th in 2025. He's someone that can instill a discipline, tough defense, and is a respected leader and players type of coach. He has a lot of experience in the NFL coaching, from the 49ers to the Packers to the Broncos, even the Rams team that went on to win the Super Bowl. He was their secondary coach and pass game coordinator. He would be a defensive minded head coach if he was to come to Las Vegas. And I think the biggest thing, my biggest question would be who his OC would be and what plan does he have in place for the offense, especially for a young quarterback like Fernando Mendoza. And a fun fact though, Ejiro Evero was actually a UDFA for the Raiders back in 2004. So maybe he could come back to the silver and black. You know, once a Raider, always a Raider. Now, he's not the flashiest name. I wouldn't be too excited about it. But, you know, if he was to come over here with anybody else, you know, I got trust in him, and I just hope for the best. I hope the Raiders can score on Klint Kubiak, because I think that's the name that a lot of Raider fans want to see. I know that that's the name that a lot of people that are working in the Raiders would want to have. And seeing what he's been able to do with Seattle, we can only hope that he becomes the next Raiders head coach. With all that being said, Raider Nation, what do you guys think about this, about Klint Kubiak possibly becoming the next head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and definitely helping us out by subscribing and just sharing or even liking this video. It does a lot for this channel, and I'm gonna continue to build it, because at the end of the day, I just love doing this. Until the next video, this is your boy Samoan Raider, and your boy is Yow.